Hello and welcome everyone to Royal Telly, your favorite spot for all things Sussex. I'm your host, Chloe. Today we're going to address some recent rumblings in the media, specifically the unfounded speculation surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex. Now, you know we're all about the truth here at Royal Telly, so we're going to take these rumors head on. We'll dissect the speculation, break down the actual events, and shed light on the real narrative behind the Sussexes' life outside the monarchy. We'll expose the desperate attempts of certain tabloid journalists to drum up controversy where there is none. And as always, we'll celebrate the incredible work that Harry and Meghan are doing, far beyond the confines of the palace. So, ready to bust some myths and spotlight some truth? Great, because it's time to dive into the heart of the matter. Recently, Richard Eden of the Daily Mail has been spreading an absurd conspiracy theory. It's a tale spun out of sheer nonsense, suggesting a so-called sinister establishment plot aimed at undermining Prince William and Kate Middleton. His narrative, as ludicrous as it sounds, is that there's a grand scheme to force the Duke and Duchess of Sussex back into the royal fold. Now, I must ask, is this a genuine belief or just a desperate cry for clicks? Are these the ramblings of a man losing his sanity, or a calculated move to create controversy and keep the tabloids buzzing? Because let's face it, the idea of a sinister plot is not only far-fetched, it's deliberately misleading. The evidence Eden presents only further highlights the baselessness of his theory. Two instances of communication and potential healing between the Sussexes and the royal family are twisted into a grand conspiracy. In July, senior aides from both parties met. Reports suggested it was an olive branch amid King Charles's health crisis, a hopeful start to dialogue. And yet, Eden saw it as part of a grand campaign against the future king. The second piece of evidence was a private meeting between Prince Harry and his father at Clarence House. A simple, heartwarming father-son reunion was manipulated into a sign of glee over reclaiming a royal residence or securing UK schooling for Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Eden's narrative is designed to incite fury against the Sussexes and prop up the failing British monarchy PR machine. But the truth is, the Sussexes have transcended the monarchy. They are creating global change and building successful, meaningful lives in California. So this unfounded conspiracy theory is nothing more than a desperate attempt for attention. Richard Eden's frantic attempts to generate clicks by inventing a conspiracy to undermine W&K are pathetic. The real narrative is that Harry and Meghan are doing more than they ever could within the confines of the firm. The monarchy is below them. So, what is the reality of this situation? Let's look at the facts. Richard Eden points to two specific events as evidence of his conspiracy theory. The first is a meeting that took place in July between Meredith Maines, the Sussexes communications chief, and King Charles's communications secretary Tobin Andrew, along with Liam Maguire, the UK PR lead for the Sussexes. This meeting was held near Clarence House. Far from being a cloak and dagger affair as Eden would have you believe, this was a simple yet significant step towards opening lines of communication. It was described as an olive branch amid King Charles's health crisis. Prince Harry has been very open about his desire for reconciliation, especially with his father, after the difficult times they've faced. The second event Eden misconstrues is the September 10th meeting at Clarence House, a private tea between father and son. Again, Prince Harry was simply reconnecting with his father. But Eden takes a photograph of Harry smiling afterward and spins it into a tale of Harry's glee at supposedly reclaiming a royal residence or securing UK schooling for his children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. This kind of twisting of facts is designed to incite anger against the Sussexes and to prop up a monarchy that is struggling to give meaning to Prince William and Kate Middleton's roles. Eden knows the truth, though he won't admit it. The Sussexes are not coming back as full-time working royals. They have moved beyond the monarchy. The palace sources, CNN, and the New York Times all concur. There will be no reversal of the Sandringham Agreement of 2020. The Sussexes cannot combine their commercial ventures with royal duties. And why would they want to? They're making a global impact and building successful, meaningful lives in California. These events are simply steps towards familial communication and potential healing, not evidence of a grand plot. Richard Eden's attempts to create a conspiracy to undermine W&K are not just misguided, they're downright pathetic. The truth is, the Sussexes are not planning a return to full-time royal duties. They've settled into a life of philanthropy and advocacy in sunny California, far removed from the royal protocol and palace politics. Harry and Meghan have taken their roles as global citizens to heart, engaging in impactful work that touches on numerous humanitarian issues. They've launched Archewell, a nonprofit organization which has already made significant strides. It has partnered with Procter & Gamble to drive systemic cultural change in communities around the world. They've also teamed up with the World Central Kitchen to build 4 community relief centers, providing meals to regions devastated by disasters. In addition, the Sussexes have ventured into the realm of digital content creation with Archewell Audio and Archewell Productions, promoting narratives and voices that inspire and enlighten. Their commercial ventures, too, speak volumes of their commitment to fostering positive change. Meghan's investment in Cleaver Blends, a woman-led, mission-driven wellness company, and Harry's role at BetterUp, a mental health services firm, underscore their dedication to promoting well-being and empowerment. In their personal lives, they've embraced the freedom to express their thoughts and emotions without the constraints of royal censorship. Meghan's heartfelt piece in the New York Times about her miscarriage and Harry's candid interviews about mental health have sparked global conversations about these important issues. These are the Sussexes today, agents of change, advocates for mental health, champions of women's rights, and promoters of community service. They're not just former royals, they've evolved into influential figures on the global stage. Their journey hasn't been without challenges. They've faced intense scrutiny and unfounded criticism, but through it all, they've remained steadfast in their mission to build a better world, one act of compassion at a time, as stated on their Archewell website. So why would they want to return to the restrictive confines of the monarchy? Their impact extends far beyond palace walls. They're not just surviving outside the firm, they're thriving, and in doing so, they're redefining what it means to be truly royal. The Sussexes have transcended the monarchy and are doing more meaningful work than ever before. They have created a new narrative for themselves, one that is driven by purpose, passion, and the desire to make a difference. In conclusion, Richard Eden's claims are baseless and designed to stir up controversy. His conspiracy theory of a sinister establishment plot to undermine Prince William and Kate Middleton and force the Duke and Duchess of Sussex back into the fold is nothing short of a desperate attempt to generate clicks and controversy. The reality is far more human and straightforward. The Sussexes, Prince Harry and Meghan, are taking significant steps towards familial communication and potential healing. The meetings between the Sussexes and King Charles's communications team are not part of a grand scheme against the future king, but rather a hopeful start to dialogue. And let's not forget the heartwarming private tea between father and son at Clarence House. It was a simple yet significant gesture of reconnection, not a sly maneuver to reclaim a royal residence or secure UK schooling for Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. The narrative that Eden is trying to push is not only misleading, but it's also damaging. It's designed to incite fury against the Sussexes and prop up the struggling British monarchy PR machine. But the truth is, the Sussexes are never coming back as full-time working royals. They have transcended the monarchy, and there will be no reversal of the 2020 Sandringham Agreement. The Sussexes are creating global change and building successful, meaningful lives in California. They are doing so much more than they ever could in the firm. Eden's frantic attempts to generate clicks by inventing a conspiracy to undermine W&K are pathetic because you can't undermine two people who barely do their performative job they get paid by taxpayers to do. Harry and Meghan are a testament to the power of independence and the impact that can be made outside of traditional structures. They are an inspiration to us all, and their work should be celebrated, not undermined. Thank you everyone for tuning in to Royal Telly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. I'm your host, Chloe, and I'll see you next time.